The topic is artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics. We'll discuss all these things one by one. So, Umar, most of the people think that all these terms are like the same one, like robotics and artificial intelligence. They mix
Yeah,
up the things, but actually they are different, right?
yeah,
These emerging technologies, the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and what they could mean for the future of robotics and, of automation, right?
yeah,
So, the people started working on the artificial intelligence and robotics since like 1950. You know that?
yeah.
Okay. People say, and there are some theories as well, there is a broad term for artificial intelligence that describes any machine programmed, let me write it, any machine, any machine programmed to simulate intelligent behavior,
Sir,
to simulate intelligent behavior.
sir,
Yes, Umar?
is robotics the chapter or just the topic?
No, it's the topic. We are discussing
Okay,
emerging technologies and robotics, artificial intelligence. So all these, they are the part of the chapter number 6.
okay.
Okay, so these were the definitions like starting from like 1950s. Uh, we have another definition for machine learning. We'll discuss these one by one, right? Machine learning. Like we are 75 years back from these Goras people, right? Because, they started working in 1950s and we are discussing and these topics are nowadays in our syllabus like after 75 years.
Yeah,
So machine learning, they say, one of the theory, they say the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed.
yeah,
Say, for example, let me say this is artificial intelligence, right? I'm
yeah,
just giving you the intro of all these things, robotics, machine learning, AI, right? So
yeah.
this is machine learning, right? This part, I can say machine learning, that is a subset of AI. In other words, it is one way to achieve artificial intelligence. Umar, clear?
Okay.
Umar, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me tell you what is a robot. What is a robot? All of us know about that is a robot which works automatically, but we'll discuss these robotics in different types of industries as well, right? The simplest definition of robot is a machine that carries a machine that carries out work by itself by following a set of programmed rules. Robot, it's a machine that carries out work by itself following the particular rules which are already programmed. It can be on chip and inside the different types of microchips in the robot, including there will be definitely sensors as well, right?
Yeah.
There are different types of robot. We see, uh, say for example, robot, if we have dumb robot and then we have smart robot. Umar, dumb robot means simply they repeat the same task over and over, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Dumb, dumb robots means these robots simply repeat the same task over and over. Uh, uh, I can say no AI involved, no artificial intelligence involved in such kind of robotics. इसकी एग्जांपल मैं देता हूँ फॉर एग्जांपल इन कार असेंबली मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट्स कार असेंबली प्लांट्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट्स so there are robots in these manufacturing companies which can only fit the engine and some of the robots they can perform the same task again and again like fitting the engine and some of the robots they can spray on the body of the car and some can like fit the wheels and all that, right? So they
Yeah.
perform the same thing again and again. We call it dumb robot. Whereas in smart robots, these robots are trained to learn, adapt, and carry out more complex tasks.
Okay.
Umar, clear? For example,
Yes.
let me say, chess. Chess. When you start playing, that gives you like different types of option: beginner, intermediate, expert level, and It can change the moves, it can store the moves. So on the basis of the previous moves, it upgrades its database. Database means all these moves. For example, if you beat the computer on chess, then it can store all these moves, and the next time uh, it learned from the last mistakes that it did, and it upgrade its system. In simple words, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the definition of robot, and we have dumb robot, we have smart robot, then there are some characteristics of a robot. Then we'll discuss where exactly we use these robots in our life. So, characteristics of robot. Robots, all robots, I can say they fall into three main categories. Number one, uh, they have mechanical structure or framework. Number two, it has electronic components. For examples, it has sensors, then it has actuators. You know, actuator, it's output device, and it can have the definitely microprocessor. Umar, clear?
Yes.
And the third one is that is these are programmable.
Okay.
Okay, so that is about robots and robotics. So, what are the roles of the robots? Uh, I'll tell you shortly, but let me summarize all these things. Robotics, as I said, it's a branch of AI that incorporates the design, construction, and operation of robots. अब ये कहाँ पर होता है? There can be robots in the factory, manufacturing plants. There can be a domestic robots. We'll discuss this, and we have the robots and drones as well, right?
Yeah.
A robot is a machine that works by itself by following the different types of rules. Rules means the programmed rules, right? Which are already programmed by the programmers, right?
Yeah.
And some of the robots, we have dumb robots, then we have expert robots or intelligent robots, right? Smart robots. And then robots share different types of characteristics. They are, as I said, mechanical structure or framework, and it can have electrical components, and it have these are the programmable robots, right?
Yeah. Sir,
Yes, Umar.
so doesn't that mean even my keyboard is a robot?
No, you cannot upgrade it, right? It's just a hardware that only works, that is only used for only one purpose, right?
Okay.
It has only one purpose. As I said, robot that include different types of things. It can have like the processor, then sensors, actuators, and there can be robots, dumb robots. As I said, they perform only one thing. If I take your example, keyboard, then I can say mouse will be another robot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start the role of robots, right? Roles of robots. Umar, if you can notice, we have seen a lot of robots in movies, in our life. If we have visited some factories, plants, we have robots at our homes and all that, right? So it
Yeah.
varies. I can say there are a variety of robots. They are different in shapes, sizes, and their functions. They definitely vary from one robot to another robot. Uh, like I said, drone, we have drone robots, we have uh, lawnmower robots, then we have domestic entertainment robots at home and all that. They are all different in shapes and functions, right?
Yes.
So let's take one by one where exactly these robots are used. Say, let me take the very first example, industry. Robots in industry. Sorry, industry. Umar, robots are used extensively in industry to help automated a wide variety of tasks from a very large scales to a very delicate things. For example, as I said, robots can be used to fix the engine. Robots can be used to lift a very heavy, the things, the components in the factory. And talking about its delegation, so it can be worked in fixing the microchips on motherboards, mobiles, and all that, right?
Yeah.
So let me write it. You should remember this. Robots in industry, it can be used for heavy lifting, then it can be used for spraying, spray painting, spray painting on car bodies. Then it can be used for cutting, mechanical cutting, polishing as well, and manufacturing. Manufacturing, would it be a yes? That's nothing wrong with this. Manufacturing microchips on gadgets, different gadgets, and it can also be used to check quality control. quality control, and what else it can do? Heavy lifting, painting, fixing engines. Yes, fixing engines in cars, right?
Yeah.
Are you writing, Umar?
Yes.
So, next industry, that is transport, robots, robots in transport. Umar, we have noticing these robots in transport in different places. For example, uh, they are used more and more throughout the transport industry. Uh, Say, for example, from partially automated parking to fully autonomous cars and trains. For example, you have seen, Umar, driverless car, a car without a driver, and you have seen different types of uh, example as well. Let me say autonomous trains. So train, no matter it's a train, no matter it's a car or the aeroplane, they have autopilot system in the plane, and they have a lot of sensors in the trains which checks the different types of parameters like the proximity sensors, the motion sensor, speed sensor, a temperature sensor, etc. So let me take an example of the car. If you can notice, we have a lot of sensors in the car: proximity sensor, airbag sensors, accelerometer sensor, level sensor, gas sensor, temperature sensors, right? And we have ABS brakes and all of it, right? Umar, clear?
Yeah.
So this is one of the example of a car, right? So in train, as I said, so it works on sensors as well, because sensors, it plays a very important role in automating the systems. So self parking cars, Tesla, BMW, and all these new versions of the luxurious cars and all these brands. So they are coming up with different features, the modern one, right? So let me
Yeah.
say self parking cars, robotics is involved in all these things. Adaptive, what does it mean, Umar? Adaptive cruise control.
Not sure.
Cruise control, you can just set the speed of your car and that runs on the same speed, right? So
Okay.
next one could be the aeroplane, I said. Airplane, autopilot, auto landing. Though it's dangerous, I won't like to sit in that plane. Autonomous trains, driverless cabs or taxi. I can say in Pakistan, we call it taxi. So I guess that's enough. Yes, these are more than enough. So robots can be used in transport, in self-parking cars. Remember one thing, Umar, as I said, we have sensors, actuator involved all in robotics part, right? No matter it's a robot in medicine, robotics in agriculture, robots are in transport and in different industries, right?
Yeah.
Clear? Any question, Umar?
No.
Are you sure?
S-
Okay. So next industry, now I guess you have an idea of robotics. So let's discuss. If I say robots in agriculture, so what comes in your mind? Robots in agriculture. Yes, Umar. Agri.
Like the robots that water the fields.
Mhm. And
Uh,
they can be used for grass cutting, right? It can be used in seeding and let me write it. Just a second. So, can you see the screen?
yeah.
These can be used, these robotics in agriculture, it can be used in seeding and it can be used in what exactly is the word for fertilizer? Yes, fertilizer distribution, fertilizer distribution, and robots can be used in harvesting and sometimes picking. They are very intelligent robots, right? And sometimes it can be used in pruning as well, right? And even they can check the quality of the plants. They can also check the poor quality, the good quality, and they can give a different, like, the different parameters to the supervisor, right? On the screen, of course.
Yeah.
So they can take the further steps. So, robotics in agriculture, then we have robots. We are done robots in industry, then we talk about robots in transport, then agriculture, then we have robots in medicines, right?
Yeah.
Robots in medical. This is really amazing. Robots in medicine. Umar, you know what? Doctor who is sitting in US or Dubai, he can operate his patients living in some other part of the world. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Mm, so don't you think that this is a great achievement?
Yeah.
Physically, the doctor is not there, but he is using the robotics. Definitely, there are some, the lasers and something like that. They have a full complete set of the equipments, medical equipments, along with the robots. They can operate the patient It can be operation of eye, no matter it can be operation of heart and all that, right? So that needs technology, of course, right?
Yeah.
Involving internet, then we have intelligent machines, intelligent robots, and all that, right?
Yeah.
So, in operation theaters, in good hospitals, they use the robots for disinfecting the rooms, right? After operation, the robots can be used to disinfect the operation theaters. Uh, so there should not be any germs and all that, right? So robots can be used in providing surgical assistance. Let me write it. So robots in medicines, if I say surgical assistance and robots, they can also be used in taking blood samples, and robotics can be used in medicine in disinfecting rooms and operation theaters. Robotics can also be used in monitoring patients and it can be used in clinical works. There can be more, but I remember these things right now. Clinical, forgive me if I'm making some spelling mistakes. Clinical workflow. More clear? Sorry.
Yes.
I believe all of my students, they have gone through all these things, like the robotics in different, the cartoons and dramas and movies. So, but talking about the syllabus, you have to be very specific, right? So, students are supposed to give the exact answer, which is asked by the examiner or paper setter, right?
Yeah.
So, talking about the robots at home, so we have, what do you think? Alexa, isn't that kind of robots?
Yeah.
Robots in domestic situation. Domestic robots are whatever you like. You can give it a better heading, right? Domestic robots are robots in domestic situations, right?
Yeah.
So domestic robot, they can help you out like in cleaning. They can work like uh, they can vacuuming. VACCUMMING, vacuuming, and they can be used in entertainment and uh, lawn mower. They can help you out in setting your lawns, right? They can be helpful to relax, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Robots in entertainment. You may be having like a practical experience of this robots in entertainment. Do you guys have a theme park there in UAE?
Yeah.
So, what do you feel? What kind of robotics can be there? You have seen, if you remember that.
Roller coasters or
Mhm. Any kind of robot that can interact with the visitors, robots.
I can't think of any.
Sorry, Umar,
I can't think of any.
robots to interact with the visitors. Maybe you can have you can have a visit to Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
Robots in robotics.